Painting with egg yolk and milk is already weird enough. Then what about painting with people's flesh? It may sound creepy at first, but there was such paint that populated among artists in the 18th and 19th centuries, known as the mummy brown. As its name indicates, mummy brown mixed ground-up remains of ancient Egyptian mummies with white pitch and myrrh, resulting in a rich, glossy brown pigment. In addition to art supplies, mummy powder was also believed to have medical benefits and became one of the most common drugs prescribed by doctors. As early as the 1700s, mummy brown was being mass-produced. The pigment reached its popularity summit in the mid-18th to 19th centuries due to its tendency to mix well with oil paint and watercolor and produce lovely effects when used for shadows, shading and glazing. Artists like Eugene Delacroix, Edward Burne-Jones, and William Beechey have been documented purchasing it. Although it is unclear which painting in specific is painted with mummy brown, there are some suggestions. Painted by Martin Drolling at the Louvre in 1815, Interior of a Kitchen is the most reputed artwork that extensively made use of mummy brown. In the painting, two women, one sitting beside the window and one on a chair, look at the painter, while the child sits on the floor. The open window allows yellowish light to illuminate the house, and the shadows created using the mummy brown provokes a warm, cozy and ordinary pleasure. Liberty Leading the People is another piece of painting that may also have used the mummy brown. French painter Eugene Delacroix was inspired by the 1830 Paris uprising and created his most renowned artwork that very same year. The audience's attention was attracted to the iconic tricolor flag, but the painting undeniably consists of a rampant amount of brown shadows too, where Delacroix might have used mummy brown. The production of mummy brown began to die out in the mid-1900s. Initially, artists were unaware of the origins of their paint. Like Burne-Jones, he buried his brown paint decently after knowing that mummy brown was made of human beings. Moreover, paint suppliers were running out of material to produce them. Nowadays, mummy brown is still sold without adding real mummies, but a mixture of kaolin, quartz, goethite, and hematite. The higher the content of hematite, the redder the paint is. Fortunately, the leftover mummies don't need to spend their afterlife on canvas like their precedents.